The night we went to the Manchester Apollo was meant to belong to Echo and the Bunnymen. Me, Tina, and Chris Matthews stood in the queue as dusk slid down Stockport Road, the Apollo's Art Deco curves glowing faintly under streetlights. People were buzzing, laughing, lighting cigarettes, humming snatches of songs like charms against disappointment. Then the word spread down the line like a cold draft through a hall. Cancelled. No reason that felt solid. Illness. Technical issues. Sorry, folks. Just like that, the night folded in on itself. Chris swore under his breath. I felt hollow, like someone had pulled the needle off a record mid-track. Slowly, reluctantly, the crowd dispersed, boots scraping pavement, voices fading, the Apollo returning to its usual brooding silence. But as we turned to leave, we heard it. Music, not echoing from a car radio, not drifting from a pub. It was coming from inside the Apollo, raw, fast, unmistakable. A buzzsaw guitar, a pounding, relentless beat. Chris grabbed my arm. You hear that, don't you? We circled the building, hearts thudding, until we found it. A broken side window, jagged glass like teeth. The music was louder here, vibrating the brickwork. Without really deciding to, we climbed through. Inside, the Apollo was empty. No crowd, no security. Just rows of red seats disappearing into darkness and the stage lit by a harsh, white glow that shouldn't have been there. And on that stage, the Ramones. All four of them. Joey, impossibly tall and thin, hair hanging like curtains, gripping the mic stand. Johnny, shoulders squared, machine gun strumming his guitar. DD, stalking the stage, bass slung low, shouting counts that cut through the air. Tommy, steady and unstoppable behind the kit. They were playing like it was CBGB again, like sweat still dripped from the ceiling and New York hadn't yet eaten itself alive. The sound filled the Apollo, bouncing off the walls meant for orchestras and crooners, turning the grand old place feral. We stood there, frozen, afraid to breathe. When the song ended, Joey looked straight at us and smiled. Hey, he said softly, voice thick with New York. You guys been here long? We didn't know how to answer that. They came down off the stage like it was the most natural thing in the world and sat on the edge, legs dangling. They talked to us about punk rock, about the 60s and 70s, about being broke and loud and unwanted. About CBGB, the filthy little club where it all started, where no one cared if you could play as long as you meant it. Johnny asked us why we liked their music. Chris and I answered at the same time. Paul Farrell showed us the way. They all nodded at that. Even Johnny smiled. Our #1 fan, I added, saw you live in the 80s. Never shut up about it. BD laughed, sharp and bright. That's how it's supposed to be. Only later did the weight of it settle on us. All four of them were dead. Every last one. When we blinked, the stage lights flickered. The instruments hummed once more, then fell silent. The Apollo was dark again, empty and cold, the broken window breathing in night air. We climbed back out without a word. Sometimes, when I pass the Apollo late at night, I swear I hear it again. Fast guitars, a count and barked like a challenge. They say some music never dies. It just stays, waiting for the right ears.